Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back again with another video. Today I'd like to do my first impressions of the Xiaomi Poco X3 NFC. And this phone came out this year, just maybe a little over a month ago. And it's a budget device, but the specs on this phone are really ridiculous for a budget device. Now, I just did a review for a budget device maybe a little over maybe 2 weeks ago, and that would be the blue G90. Now, this budget phone was very, very impressive, but I gotta say, the Poco phone is even more impressive. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a monster. This is a beast. I mean, $220 for everything you're getting in here is very impressive, and I can't wait to do the comparison between the two devices. Now, with this phone here, this is the same company that made this, the Mi 10 Pro 5G. This is my favorite secondary device, and it stays in my pocket. It's the phone that I miss the most when I'm not using it. I go back and forth between the S20 Ultra, the OnePlus 7T Pro, and this device, but this is my favorite secondary device. But it's the same company that makes this, the same company that makes this device here. Now, I already unboxed the device. I've had it for a few days. And the only thing you're getting here now, this phone don't have the kind of unboxing experience that we got from the G90 Pro. It's just not the same. So you got here your 33 watt super fast charger, USB Type-C cord on here. And they do give you an adapter because, as you can see, this is from overseas. So they do give you an adapter. All you got to do, plug it right in there. You're good to go. Right? You do get some paperwork. You get a SIM ejection tool, which is the only thing that's left in the box. You get no headphones, no microfiber cleaning cloth, no screen protector. You're not getting none of that stuff, okay? And you do get your case, one clear gel case, which is more than what Samsung gives you with their top tier device. You don't even get a case. So I do appreciate Xiaomi at least giving us a case. And I think, to me, and I'll keep saying this again, anytime you spend, even to me, over $300 for a phone, or even less, I mean, it's just a case. It's just, I'm sure this case only cost them maybe $1. Seriously. Okay? I mean, I don't understand what's so hard to put one case in a box. I think these companies are just trying to be cheap. And to me, you're not getting value. Anytime you're spending $500 or more for a device and you can't even get one case in the box, it's inexcusable to me. So I do appreciate those companies out there that at least give their consumers at least one case in the box. I don't think that's much to ask. And for Google not to give you a case, for Apple not to give you a case, OnePlus does give you a case now. You know, any of these other companies that won't give you a case, and also LG won't give you a case. I mean, it's just pathetic to me. Honestly, just one case is not going to hurt nobody. But I didn't come to rant about companies giving you cases, so excuse me about that. Let me get back to this phone, okay? Now, this phone was released in September of this year, which was just last month. It's a GSM only. Sorry, no Sprint, no Verizon. And it comes in two different colors. You get the shadow gray and you get the cobalt blue. Now, I wanted the cobalt blue, but they just didn't have it in 128 gigs, and that's what I wanted. Now, this is the 128 gig variant. They do have the 64 gig variant, which is a little less money than this, but I actually like this one. You know, you got your Poco logo on there. You can see it. Guess you can see it a little bit. It's kind of faded. Like with the cobalt blue, it's more defined. You can see it a little bit more, but you can see it right down to here, Poco. But this looks, I like the design of this. I really do. Now, some people don't like the camera module on top because it protrudes, as you can see. But it's still not compared to the S20 Ultra or the Note 20 Ultra. So that's not bad. So you're getting 4 cameras on the rear. Now, think about that. 4 cameras on the rear for a $240 phone. Now, this one is about $270. And it's a beautiful device. Beautiful device. You got your power button here, which you have your fingerprint sensor already built into the power button. You got your volume up and down rockers. You got your speaker down here at the bottom, a USB Type-C port. You're getting a headphone jack, which I love that. Love that. The headphone jack is not dead. You're getting an IR blaster, and of course, you're getting a microphone. So I love that, okay? And of course, your front camera is on the front, little small cutout. All right? So let me move all the stuff out of the way, and I'll get to all the specs of this device. I'm going to put this back in the case. It makes it a little easier for me to handle the device. All right. All right. So you got a 6.6-inch IPS LCD Full HD Plus display with a resolution of 1080 by 2400 with a pixel density of 395. You're getting 450 nits of brightness and a 91% screen to body ratio. You're getting 120 hertz refresh rate. Think about that. 120 hertz refresh rate on a budget device. That is unreal. Now think about this. You got Samsung charging you $1,400, $1,000, and $1,300 for their phones with 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, this phone is under $300 and giving you 120 hertz refresh rate. That's impressive. That's how you give your consumers value. See, Samsung's going to start losing a lot of customers because they're tired of being charged all these ridiculous amounts of money, and, they're not giving people value for their money. So, kudos to Poco. Kudos to Xiaomi for knowing how to do it. They're doing it big. Also, check this out. You're also getting 240 hertz touch sampling rate. That means the screen is going to be super responsive, especially when you're playing games. Now, I'm not a gamer. I don't play games on my phone, but this is going to make your gaming experience even better, along with touch sensitivity, of the display. You're getting a liquid cooling heat pipe to cool down the CPU when gaming. So that's good because remember I said this is somewhat of a gaming phone, all right? You got Gorilla Glass 5 on the front with an aluminum frame and a plastic back. All right. You're getting HDR10, 128 gigs of internal storage, expandable memory up to 256 gigs. Now, I love that because y'all know my subscribers know I need expandable memory. Now, I prefer a phone with expandable memory. There's no reason for these companies not to give us expandable memory. I'm talking to you, OnePlus. I'm talking to you, Google. I'm talking to you, Apple. I don't understand. It's not that hard to put expandable memory on a device. Some devices got dual SIMs, but if you can have dual SIMs, why can't one of them be adaptable to a micro SD card? Everybody's not into the cloud storage. Some people want to store all their personal stuff directly on their device. So please give us expandable memory. This is a budget device and has expandable memory. So there's no excuse. Okay? No excuse whatsoever. So I absolutely love that. You're getting dual SIM slots. So you could basically use 2 different SIMs with 2 different numbers if you want to do that. Now, I could do that, but I don't need to do that because I prefer 2 different phones as opposed to 2 different SIMs. You're getting 6 gigs of LPDDR4 RAM. All right? You're getting a processor. With the processor, you're getting a Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G with an Adreno 618 GPU. That's basically mean mid-range specs, okay? Mid-range specs on that. Now, the G stands for gaming. Now, this is one of the best processors as far as mid-range processors on the market. You're getting face unlock. You're getting a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which I showed you earlier. You're getting a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which I told you I absolutely love. The headphone jack is not dead. The only issue I have with Xiaomi on this is why are you giving a budget device a headphone jack, but on a $1,000 device like this with a great 24-bit audio high-res experience, you won't give a headphone jack? That I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. If you could give your budget phone a headphone jack, you can give your top-tier device a headphone jack. Now, check this out. I cannot believe this comes on a budget phone. You're getting an IR blaster. Now, that's basically a universal remote control that you could use for your stereo, your TV, your AC, anything with an infrared, you could use this phone. It has an IR blaster. That is so cool. Now, this is something that LG used to have in their phones. Also, Samsung used to have these in their phone. The Note 4 was the last phone to have an IR blaster. So kudos to Xiaomi. They doing it big on this. Next thing, you're getting second space. So basically, you have two phones in one. And I'll show you that when I do my review. You're getting the 24-bit high-res audio. You're getting dual stereo speakers. Are y'all listening to me? This is just crazy for a price that for a device that's under $300. Dual stereo speakers. Now the G90 only had one down fine speaker, and it sounded pretty decent. But that's one of the things that I said was missing was dual stereo speaker. I wish you had it. But this one actually comes with not only dual speakers but dual stereo speakers. Impressive. Next thing, you're getting a 5,160 milliamp battery. I'm going to say that again. A 5,160 milliamp battery. This thing has a humongous battery. The battery in this phone is bigger than the battery in my S20 Ultra. That has a 5,000 milliamp battery. This is the biggest battery that I've ever had in any phone. Okay, with the G90, it had a 5,100 milliamp. This has 60 milliamps, even more. It comes with 33 watt fast charging, which I showed you. Okay, you can go from 0 to 62% in 30 minutes and 0 to 100% in 65 minutes. Also, Xiaomi is claiming a single charge can support 10 hours of gaming, 17 hours of videos, and 153 hours of music. This phone is also IP53 splash proof. IP53 splash proof, Bluetooth 5.1, one-handed mode, and Android 10 with the MUI 12 skin on top. Now, that is a whole lot of phone for $240 and $270. That's crazy. I mean, that's impressive to say the least. All right? Extremely impressive. Now, with the rear cameras, you got 4 cameras on the rear. You're getting a 64 megapixel main camera, a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and a sorry about that. 2 megapixel macro camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. You're getting 10 times zoom. You're getting 2 times hybrid zoom and 10 times optical zoom. You're getting an LED flash. Oh, also I forgot, you're also getting an LED notification sensor underneath underneath where the speaker's at the top. And I'll show you that later. All right, back to the cameras. Sorry about that. So with the rear camera, it shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 30 frames per second, 720p at 30 frames per second. It also shoots in slow motion at 720p and 1080p at 120 frames per second, and 720p at 240 frames per second, and 720p at 960 frames per second. With the front camera, you got a 20 megapixel camera that shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second and 720p at 30 frames per second. What's missing? Now, these are the only things that are missing, in my opinion, from this device. An AMOLED display, which I prefer AMOLED displays, wireless charging, and an always-on display. That's it, in my opinion. I mean, you're getting a whole lot. Now, that's not me complaining. That's just, those are things that I just like on my phone. With the G90 Pro, you're getting wireless charging. But you're not getting all this other stuff I just named, okay? I can't wait to compare those phones. So, AMOLED display, wireless charging, always-on display. That's it. Okay, this phone is loaded. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm impressed with this phone. This phone has a really nice display. Now, I got it on 100% brightness. Let me turn it down a little bit so it won't be too bright for the camera. This phone, this device has a beautiful display. Okay. Now, it's LCD, which I don't care for IPS LCD displays, but this is a beautiful display, I got to admit. Now, it's not on the level of an AMOLED, of course, but it's still nice. And I believe the average consumer is going to love this display. They're not going to have an issue with this display. Now, for me, I'm just spoiled by the top tier displays, OLED and AMOLED. I'm just, they're much brighter. The blacks are much deeper, and the colors are more vibrant, and it's a brighter display overall. But this is a beautiful display as well. Okay. Now, think about this. You're getting dual speakers on a budget device and an IR blaster on a budget device. And of course, a headphone jack. Gotta love that. Now, let me let y'all check out the speakers real quick, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Play my normal music here. Now, I don't know about y'all, but them speakers sound good to me. Let me play a movie.
Stand in the water. Warren, get your ass to the lead helm, sir. Come on.
Now these speakers sound really great. Honestly, they sound really good. I'm just blown away by all the value you're getting for this device. I just wish it had some headphones in the box. Honestly, I just wish it did, because you got a headphone jack. I don't know what it is with Xiaomi, why they don't want to put a pair of headphones in the box. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but for some reason they just don't want to put headphones in their boxes. But I say again, and I'm almost finished. 120 hertz refresh rate. Think about that, y'all. 240 hertz touch sampling rate. You're getting liquid cooling heating pipe to cool down the CPU. You're getting a Gorilla Glass on the front with an aluminum frame. You're getting HDR10, 128 gigs of internal storage, 256 gigs of expandable memory, dual SIM slots, 6 gigs of LPDDR4 RAM. You're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G with the Adreno 618 GPU. You're getting face unlock. You're getting a side-mounted fingerprint sensor. You're getting a 3.5mm headphone jack, IR blaster, second space, 24-bit audio, and dual stereo speakers with a 5,160 milliamp battery, 33-watt super fast charging, IP53 splash proof protection, Bluetooth 5.0, one-handed mode, and you're getting Android 10 and 4 cameras on the back with 1 camera on the front. And you're getting a 93% screen to body ratio with that little teeny little camera at the very top in the middle, which is where I prefer it. This phone is this is the boss right here. This is the boss. I cannot wait to do my full review. And like I said, I've been using it for a few days. The face unlock, I love it. It's nice and fast. The fingerprint sensor is flawless. I mean, the thing works extremely fast. First time I've ever had a fingerprint sensor on the side of my phone. And I didn't think I would like it being there as opposed to being in the display. But I like it here best because as soon as you pick up your phone, your thumb automatically rests there. So that's a good place to put it. I don't have an issue with that. The speakers on here sound amazing. The build quality is really good. It don't feel cheap. You are getting a case. I mean, this phone, look, I can't wait to test out the camera. So I'm looking forward to it. So this was my first impressions of the Poco X3 NFC. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am blown away by this phone. I am so impressed with all this you're getting for under $300. If anybody out there is looking for a device, you need to jump on this one immediately. If you're looking for a budget device, a budget Android device, and you're looking to get value, you ain't going to have a problem between this one and the G90 Pro. But I'm not going to pick which one I like best, but you're probably getting the sense of it right now. But this phone here is just amazing. I'm serious. I really am. I'm really serious. Get this phone. Get this phone. You can't beat it for what you're getting for that price, and you're getting quality. You're not getting trash. You know, you're getting a phone that's got a good amount of features in it. All right, I'm done, y'all. All right, this was my first impressions of the Xiaomi Poco X3 NFC. The phone is amazing. I'm trying to tell y'all. So looking forward to the review. Give me a week or so, and I'll get back to you with my full review of this device. Hope everybody's keeping well and being safe, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.